He a young defenseman. There's a lot to learn in their first early years, and I think he's in a position, the style of play. He's a good puck mover. He's a good skater. He can close the gap. Part of it is also, your partner that you're playing with, and we think he can be a good fit.
It seems like a lot of guys have come in here and been able to contribute pretty immediately, and it's a group that's really welcoming, it seems like. Yeah. Is there anything that you see that stands out with the group that just makes it an easy place to build chemistry?
Yeah, I do think that it's an easy place to fit in. I think it's kind of like America's founded on people coming in and lots of different cultures, and that's kind of this room, like all of these guys. Now you've got your Barkovs and your Ekblads who draft picks who've been here, but so many of the players that are important players came in here kind of as new guys. They were welcomed and took off. So that's the culture of our room now. Very open, very welcoming to new players and new staff. It's been a great experience coming in here and working with these guys.
The guys have got a couple weeks to gel. What do you think it's going to take for him to get caught up to speed quickly here?
Oh, you know what? I mean, it's not a new sport. So just go out and play your game will be the message. And he's in, the other guys have had 3 weeks head start, but not a 3-year head start. So there's some new systems. We're all kind of going through it at the same time. There's lots of a learning curve happening here. So he will be all very quickly on the same footing as everyone else.
Freddie, how do you like the way your top line's been looking? I know Verhaeghe hasn't practiced the last couple of days, but
well, we got lots of confidence in the pairing of Verhaeghe and Barkov because they've just had so much time together, and then pretty much everything else after that is brand new. So we've got to give this a little bit of time. When I say I don't think I'm going to move the lines around too much early on, probably also won't wait too long either because it is all new. We think that Sam Reinhart kind of had to come in, and he said he was learning a whole new style when he started there last year. In the first 20 games, there wasn't a lot of production for him, but that was not a chemistry function. There's a different style of game that they play here offensively, and it took him a little while to get that. So we think there's just on his own development as a player, there's lots there that he can do on that line.
Yeah, playing with Barkov, I don't think you need much chemistry, right? I mean,
well,
he's going to find you.
You're going to be able to put numbers up. That'll happen, but you are looking for another level, right? He's such a smart player that he should be able to read off those other two guys pretty quickly.
When you reflect on the totality of training camp, what would you say has been the biggest area of growth for this team as a whole?
I think learning kind of the demands of a heavier camp, right? They did come in good shape, but they got hurt there in the first 5-6 days. So, and the willingness to do it, that would be the most impressive thing is the players that are in the NHL that don't necessarily have to drive themselves every day. They could look at training camp as a runway, if you will, like I got to be ready at the end of camp. I don't need to die on the first day kind of thing. And they pushed hard. So we've put probably some pretty stronger demands on them than they're used to. And then they grew into that. They handle it well.
Is there any concern that Carter Verhaeghe misses the opener on Thursday?
None for me, no.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay.